Hey Elaine David's besties, this is Anna, and I've had some requests asking me to show how you adhere your decal to the wall. I know there's a lot of information out there about how to do this, but I just want to share with our fans how we recommend installing our decals. So with every decal that you get, you're going to also receive an instruction sheet and then the information about Oracal 631 vinyl. And I've read online quite a few reviews over the years about customers who say it's peeling off the wall, and I haven't received a lot of those, but I think that what I attribute that to is our first instruction says clean your wall or surface that you're adhering this to. It is so important. I cannot emphasize how important it is enough just to clean your wall, to take the dust and stuff off, because even the smallest particles you may not be able to see. I'm going to wipe this. No, that one's not bad. We cleaned this one quite a bit and add decals to it. You may not always be able to see the dust on your walls or to see the residue on your walls, but it's very important that you take a paper towel with warm water or a washcloth, something that's not going to scratch your wall, and then just some warm water and clean it off. I would not recommend using soaps or chemicals or sprays, anything like that that has chemical in it, because it could damage your wall. If it's something that you've used on your walls before and you know that it's not going to hurt, it might be okay, but just let it dry completely, because one of the other issues that you can have is after you clean your wall, let's say you use Windex. If you clean your wall with that and you go to stick this on there, it's going to destroy your vinyl. So just be careful what you clean it with, and then make sure that the surface is dry and ready for you to adhere. So I'm just going to go through the instructions and show you how that looks in real life. So it says clean your wall or surface, which ours is, and then also prepare your vinyl decal. So this is, she believed she could, so she did. And you will receive, they're yellow, but you'll receive a squeegee, and you're just going to take the squeegee. I like to go right to left, and then, I mean, if it's big enough, you can go up and down. The key thing here is just getting the decal to adhere to your transfer tape. So it comes that way. We press it with this, and it's great when it first gets rolled through here. It's ready to go and put on the wall. But once it's gone through shipping and getting to your house, it may not still be adhering as well as it was when we first added the transfer tape. So you just want to make sure that this transfer tape is picking up the decal. And I'm going to press that back down there. Okay. When you go to put it on the wall, the spots to look for are loops, little dots, any little intricate detail is usually, if it's going to catch on something, that's what it's going to catch on. So we've just pressed over our entire decal with the squeegee, and then we're going to plan our layout. So I'm going to read directly from this piece of paper. It says place your new decal on your surface using the appropriate masking tape. So this is really just a good masking tape is important. We use the Duck brand, like duct tape. This is a painter's tape, and that's really what I found to work the best. The nice thing is, usually if your decal is big enough, you're going to at least get one, probably two pieces of duct tape from us, and if you want to, you can use those when you put the decal on the wall. A small piece, a small piece on each of the top two corners will allow you to adjust the position and level the graphic. So what this is saying, and I always use way more tape than I should, is you're going to take it like this and just kind of eyeball it. And then you can come in with your ruler, tape measure. I had a handy level over here, and when we clean this surface off, it got taken, so I get to do this the old-fashioned way. You'll also want a pencil. That's very important. If you have a level, this could be way easier, but I'll do it the old-fashioned way in case you don't have a level. So I'm going to measure, I want mine to start at this 15-inch mark, I believe. And I'm just going to, you can do it like each side, middle, here. Okay. So now, one of the things that I want you to make sure we try really hard to, first of all, this should be level with this over here. As you can, maybe you can see this. This letter is starting at the same place as it is ending. So this line, these Oracal 631 has these great grid lines on the back of their decals, which makes it so much easier to make sure that you have everything level. So I know I can look here, and this is all even down here, and this is all even up here. So I just use my grid lines, and if I set this side to the same spot as I do this side, I'm going to have something that's level and it's even. But you can cut this, if it's not totally even or straight, you can cut that to what you need. Either, I would say just either do the top or the bottom. The top is probably easier, but I'm going to do the bottom today. So now I know that these three lines are going to match up and be level. And we're just going to stick them there. Okay, so let's look back at our directions again. Once you're satisfied with the location of your graphic, place a continuous strip of masking tape along the top edge of the decal, keeping half of the tape on the wall and the other half on the transfer paper. So this is very important. You are going to want, you will have to purchase your own tape for this. So you're going to want to put this big piece of tape all the way across the front. And I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off just so it's not in my way. I wish I had mine. You will want some scissors also. So tape, scissors, pencil, ruler. If you've got a level, you don't necessarily need the ruler. So there's that, and let's look again. Now we're ready to apply. It says do not use water. You don't need to use water to apply your decal. Flip the decal up, and starting from a top corner, slowly peel the blue or white backing. So all of our dark colors are going to come with a white backing, and the only one that comes with a blue backing is our white vinyl. So you're going to flip it up and slowly peel the white or blue backing away from the transfer tape. The vinyl decal should be sticking to the tape. If some of the decal remains stuck to the backing paper, stop, rub the decal in that area, and slowly continue peeling until the backing paper is completely removed. For larger decals, you may want to remove the backing paper with one or two assistants. As you lower your decal again, the surface against the surface carefully, rub with the squeegee slowly across the decal. Start at the top center and work your way out to the edges and bottom of the decal. Once you've removed all the bubbles, you can by hand use the included squeegee to finish the application by rubbing over the entire graphic. Once the air bubbles have been removed, carefully pull off the transfer tape, making sure that the decal is sticking to your surface and not the transfer tape. So I read all of that, but I'm going to show you exactly what that means. My husband wrote this. He's very detailed, and the instructions are great, but I want to give you the practical version of that. This is where the scissors come in handy. So for this particular decal, I would not need the scissors. I could just bring this up here and start peeling like that, and honestly it could all come down in one thing, and I just put it on the wall. But if you have a large decal, which a lot of you order large decals, like 36 inches wide, 45 inches wide, and even up to 60 inches wide. I think we have one that used to be 72, but I think our widest one now is 60. And if it's wider than that, we give you two decals. So that's 5 feet, and I can't stretch 5 feet, so there's no way I can hold on to all of that. So you can get help from other people. I would recommend doing that anyway, just so you have enough hands to and eyes to see what's going on while you're trying to adhere it if you have a large decal. The other thing I would recommend, this one's only 24 inches, but if you have a large one, what we like to do is cut them like that, and just cut it where, obviously I'm not going to cut here. You can. This will look like a continuous strip even if it's cut. The only one that'll know you cut it is you. But you could cut like right here also if it was just this super huge thing. I'm only doing this with this one because truthfully this is not a big enough decal to be cutting it like this. But I'm doing this to show you, if you have a large one, what you need to do. Because if you have a big one, you need to break it out into manageable chunks. So then we're going to peel this off. Again, you want to go diagonal. That's really the best way to do it. And make sure that you have all the little dots and things like that off of the backing. The other thing that I will say is sometimes it's easier, and I'll show you on this one, to pull this way instead of up like that, especially if your decal is bigger. So you're going to kind of grab it in the middle and just very gently, you'll notice I'm not forcing anything, very gently go down, and then press it down, because if there's any bubbles, you want to make sure that you're not just forcing those on the wall. If there's any creases, you're not just forcing it on the wall. If you do get a crease, I'm going to show you how to take care of that as well. So with this one, I'm going to pretend like it's just a super huge piece, and I'm going to take it this way. I'm being very careful. I'm going to hold this piece and hold this at the same time, being very careful not to touch the wall with it, and then just slowly bring it down. Again, if you have a small decal like this, you don't have to take near as much care as I am with it. I'm trying to show you what you would need to do if you had a super large one. This one is a good example because it has some creases over here. I accidentally hit it on the desk, so it'll kind of help show, hopefully, what you need to do if you have any creases or bumps. And truthfully, a lot of those little ones, they're not, it's not even there. So it isn't a problem. Okay, so I'm going to try to put like a little crease in this. We'll see if it actually works. It's actually fairly difficult to crease it, but make sure you go back and forth on it, making sure that the letters are down. And then you're going to take the tape and very much at an angle, you're going to slowly pull down. And that's one piece, two pieces, and three pieces, and my tape. And then I still go over it. The other thing that you can do, I kind of wish there was a bubble so I could show you what to do. So if there's like a little, it's so attached, it's not, I'm going to have to force it to come off. Let me get a different one. See if I can, here, we'll crumple one up before we put it on the wall. Maybe this will show you. It's really tiny though, so it probably won't. If you happen to get a, let's just try to make a little crease there. Okay, so I have this, and oh no, I got it, I scrunched it up. That's not good. So you can bring it off the wall and just kind of try to pull it a little bit. adhere it there, and if you still have little pieces, you can use this, but you can also very carefully use a blow dryer at about this far away to just kind of give it a little bit of heat, and you can get it up and then slowly put it back down. The key to, and I'm going to take this one off now that I've showed you that, the key to a good decal is patience, and take your time, make sure you get it exactly where you want it, because it's going to stay there, and it's going to look like it's painted on your wall. So make sure, like you can tell just trying to take it off, and this is also how you remove your decal. You can use one of these. You could use a flat razor blade, but you need to be very careful depending on the type of paint that you have. Truthfully, I have found the best tool to remove these is my fingernail. Sometimes they get stuck under your fingernails though, so be careful with that. But you can use the edge of a credit card, which is very similar to the squeegee. If you still have the squeegee, you can use that, or you can just go to the store and get a squeegee, or a putty knife. Sometimes those work, depending on how, a plastic putty knife, depending on how sharp that is. So it comes off easily as well, but that's how you install your decal. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions about the instructions or how we installed this today, please feel free to comment below the video, and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.